Hello, welcome once again. I am Udoka Ezekwe. Today I will be teaching you how to design a HTML table. How to design a HTML table. So, before we go into our IDE, please make sure that your WAMP server is running or your XAMPP is running. Double click on it on your desktop where you have it, or wherever you have it, just go there and double click on it. If it starts running, see your tray here, your computer tray, open it or toggle it up. You're supposed to see your WAMP or your XAMPP here running. So mine is here running, meaning that my services is okay and I can run PHP or I can start working on my code now. Another way you can check if it is running, please open your browser, type localhost, press enter on the keyboard. If you see this page like this, for those who are using WAMP server, if you are using XAMPP, you're supposed to see your XAMPP page. So then let's minimize this browser, open your IDE. Okay, this is the form, the registration form we just finished working on. Now see this small star, tap on it to close it. We are going to be creating another page called table page. So click once on your source files, right click on it, go to PHP file, click on it. Now give this table this page a name, table page, click on finish. So as usual, nothing is in there, but I will quickly write the must have HTML code. The previous class I didn't write it, I copied it from about us page or about.php page. So let me quickly write it. So follow me, doc type HTML. I'll be a little bit fast because I believe by now you're supposed to know how to write this to set up your HTML must used code. Sorry, HTML. Inside the head, you have your title. So let's say table page, body, so I'm going to be creating a div, my general div. Inside the div, I'm going to be having my center, my h1. It's just the same thing we did at the first time. I will now use table practice. So let's run this page. Go here on top of this table page.php, right click on it, click run. So we can see what we just did now. So let me give this div a background color, style, background color. I'm going to use the same tail and border radius to make the four corner of the div to have a curve. I'm going to be using 9px. So when we refresh, we are going to see how it is. Let me give this div a height of 700px. Ctrl S. Always save before you go to your browser and refresh. So this is it. Let's change this table table practice text. Let's change it, and let's give it a color. The black that it is now, let's make it white. So you go to your H1, the tag that is holding that text, and write your style. Then the property color white. Ctrl S to save. Refresh, is white. So another thing I want to do is to give this let's give this an underline. So how do you do it? You use text decoration. Let's see other property items that we have under text decoration. It must not be underlined. Let's see what they have there. They have blink. Let's see what is the blink supposed to be. It's supposed to be blinking. Oh, not really. Before it was working, then I think HTML has upgraded. You know, when they upgrade in technology, sometimes we stop working. So, but not that we can achieve it using another way around. But that is not why we're here today. Those are the listing. Underline. Let's test. We have added an underline. Remember, we have not done anything concerning border. Putting a border. Let's see. Let's see if we put a border here, what will happen. Border. Let's see. Yellow. Space. Let it be thick. Space. Let it be solid. Let's see how this border will look, if it is what we are going to be making use of. Okay, this is how it looks. This is a way you can just put a border around a text. So we just made use of it to put a border around the text, but let's see how we can make it to fit well. Please go through the code well. You see what I did. See what I did. Border has a lot of items in it. It has yellow, that is the color you want to give to the border. Then thick if you want it to be thick, you know. Then solid if you want the thickness to be solid. You can even change this thick to 10. That is, it will make this border to be more tinier. You see, 10. I think 10 is good. You can use 10. So let's leave it as it is, as 10. So we are good to go. This, we use this to add border to this table parties text. Then this add background, underline to it, and this changes the color of it. So let's go down to another thing we have in order to achieve the table we want to design. So let's create a table. Please follow me carefully and mind your tags. Mind your tags. You can be tapping on them to see the one that is not showing yellow. You know that there's an error. You see, all of them have open and close. So please be mindful of this. How you use tags matter a lot, so that you will not have issues. So inside this place, I'm going to open a tag called table. All of us know what is table. We use tables to do what? To design a graphical information, or to present an information in a tabular or in a more graphical method, so that they will have their separate columns and rows. So this is the tag of a table. Inside it, you can start what we call T head. T head means table head. Table head. What I want to do now is I want to write those table head, that is the main titles of the table. You know, before a table will start accepting values inside it, you have to give it their titles. So those titles come inside table head. So inside table head, I will start a row, because don't forget, you present an information in a table using what? Row and columns. So columns fall inside a row. So I'm going to start a row. How to write a row or design a row? You use a tag called tr. This is a row. So inside this row, I'm going to be writing a title, but the title cannot just stand on its own. It has to come into a column. So a column, we will use a tag called td. So I will say serial number. I'm going to create another column, td. This one, let it be name. Another one, td. Let it be what? Mobile. So let's stop here. Let me make it a little bit concise so that you will not burn much of your data trying to watch this video, but you can extend the code. Once you learn the basic way how to create it, you can do it yourself. So these are the columns, then this is the row that is holding the columns. So let's refresh this page so you see how it looks. So don't mind, it's not looking beautiful, but we're going to make it to look really like a table. But if you see, it is tick, serial number, name and mobile, but it's not showing well like a table. It's not drawing a line. How do we do it? Now we have to bring in what we call bootstrap is an advanced css which has been, I'm using a layman explanation. If you go to Google it, you might see something. You might, what the information you might be seeing there might be a little bit elaborate, but I'm trying to make it easy for you to understand. Bootstrap, if you see, our css is for styling. We use it to style our html to have a good look of a design. So those css we are writing, you see we are writing background property, doing all those you write style, you write background, you write margin, you write color, you know you try to write a lot of properties to achieve what you want. But in bootstrap is already packaged css, you understand, which has been built and compiled by the bootstrap company, and they now left the code for us as an open source for we the developers to be able to make use of, instead of us to be writing a long css to achieve a particular something. So in bootstrap, you just need to call the particular item you want. You call it in a particular tag, it will do work for you. For example, this table is supposed to have lines which demarcate them, but if we want to achieve it using normal css, we're going to delay and waste a lot of time. So but now we're going to be using bootstrap to just call it up in a class, then you see the table will look nice. So first of all, go back to your NetBeans. In this table, first of all, declare a class there. We have not assigned anything inside it. Let's leave it. So let's initialize or bring in our bootstrap into this page, this table page. Let's bring it in. So what will you do? You have to come to the source file, right click, new folder. Now create a folder called css, click finish. So we have created a folder called css. So we're going to download a CSS bootstrap file, but where I uploaded it will just open a raw bootstrap code. So for us to bring it in easily, another thing you'll be doing here is this: open any of your browser and type like what I'm going to type now. Open any of your browser, type www.textandconcrete.com slash my name Udoka slash bootstrap.main.css. Press enter. So this is the bootstrap. The version is 2.3. So please kindly do Ctrl A here. Ctrl A to highlight all of them. Then right click in the middle of, just right click any place in this blue background and click copy. Now go back to your NetBeans. On top of this CSS folder, right click on it, click new, go down, select cascading style sheet. Now give it a name. Now type bootstrap.main. Click finish. So it has created a bootstrap file here for us and gave us an interface to write our bootstrap code. So what we are going to do is this: please highlight everything inside this place with Ctrl A. Press delete from your keyboard to remove it. Now right click inside this place and paste. So it will paste that bootstrap code we just copied from Text and Concrete. Now press Ctrl S to save this page. To save this bootstrap file. So if you save it, you see on top of this place, it will not be black, it will not be deep black again, it will just be light black. Now that you've saved it, please go back to the table page, tap on the table page, it will open a table page. Now this bootstrap file that we have imported, or we have created now, let's call it inside this our table page. How do you bring in a CSS or a bootstrap file inside a particular HTML page? We do it inside the head. This is the head. So we can come here and we use a tag called link. So we want to link that bootstrap file inside this page so that we can use bootstrap to make our table to look nice. Space href. Remember when we did the anchor, that is anchor, we use href to navigate. So we use link href to bring a file, a CSS file, into a HTML page. So inside this href, you call your folder, your CSS folder, css slash bootstrap. We have brought it in. So you have to tell this link which you are bringing in, the type of file you are bringing in. So how do you tell it the type of file? You now say rel equal to, inside the quote you type style sheet. So that is, remember, CSS has a full meaning called cascading style sheet. So bootstrap is also a style sheet because it is an advanced CSS. So you terminate. So this bootstrap has entered here. Now let's go and use it in the table class. So in this table, I'm going to be calling what we called, I'm going to start with table. You see, immediately I write TA, you see all these things that shows tab content, table, all these are from that bootstrap. If we did not import or bring in that or link in that bootstrap inside this page, you won't see all these things that I'm seeing now. So I'm going to be typing table space table bordered. So this we border the what? We make the table to look nice. Can you see? The table now look what? Perfect. Like it looks beautiful. So let's bring it down a bit using break on top of the table. Let me use break line just to bring it down a bit. I can use it again so that I won't jump pack my code. I won't jump pack it with the table practice text. So if you see, this is our what? This is our what? Table head. Now let's go back to our NetBeans so that we'll continue from where we stopped. So this is table tag. Remember, then we started with table head, which is T head. Inside the T head, we created a row which will hold columns of our titles. So now we are going to start another tag outside this T head. So come at the end of this T head and start another tag called TB, table body. That is table body. Now inside the table body, you start another row TR. Now inside the TR, you type a column TD. Now what is the first title we have here? Serial number. So the way this first column accepts serial number, that is how the first column here we accept a number. Serial number is 1 2 3, so 1. So another one TD. What is our title here in the table head? Name. So that is the way in the table body, the second column, we have what? John. Open another column TD. So what we have here is mobile in the last column of the title table head. That is how what we are going to write what? Phone number here. So let's do save, Ctrl S, open your browser again, refresh. So you see we have what? 1 John number. So let's change this table T head. I think it looks the same. All of them has the same font size. You can't even differentiate the one that is title and the one that is the table body, information that is in the table body. So we can easily use our CSS to do it. We can do it in T head. Let's see, table can be tricky sometimes. Let's say font size, let's use extra large, X large, Ctrl S to save. Let's see if it will take effect. So you see it is too big. Let's use large. Let's remove X large and leave it to only large. Save, go to your browser. So I think it's better now. We can even decide to change the color if we want. So we can change the color of the title. Color, which color will be good? I don't know if tomato will be good. Let's see. Will be tomato good? Not really, but you can play around with the colors of your choice. I mean, I'm going to leave tomato, so you play around so that we will not waste much time. So come to the table body and change the color, give it a style, color, let it be white, save, Ctrl S. So this now have what? It now have color of table, of all the table body, everything in the body. So now remember what we have is only one row. This only one row. Let's duplicate this row. Kindly copy from here, highlight this row from TR to end of it, right click and copy. Come to this last TR of the table body, give space downward, right click here and click paste. So this will duplicate this code. So change this to 2, change this to Joel, change this phone number to 070, do Ctrl S and refresh this page. So this is how you do your table. I hope you guys understand what I did. So just go through the video carefully, do what I did step by step. Don't rush it, so do everything here step by step. I'm going to scroll from here down little by little so that you can see what I have here, so you can easily do it on your own. Don't make a mistake, don't make a mistake. So this is how you can create a table in HTML. Alright, thank you for now. Remain blessed. See you in another tutorial.